did you have any comfort movie from the 90s?
Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny, the Tasmanian Devil.
Chili Willy, yeah. So about the penguin.
PS1.
Nintendo 64.
64, like Commodore.
That's about the high fashion. Speaking about the real fashion. Cloned by some Russian businessman, was sold under the brand Dandy.
Think about that period of time as a dream. It's like we were living in a total different life, you know?
In general, the 90s, a tough period, like, or was it a fun period?
And we survived. That's the best thing, you know?
I was 4 years old, but I wanted to play, so they would just give me an unplugged
so cruel, man.
And I was like... Hello and welcome to our Big Apple School Podcast, the one where we discuss the life, the universe, and everything. And today in our episode we have me, Егор, and...
Алёна.
And...
Ayub.
And...
Ugur.
Right, welcome back guys, welcome back our dear listeners. Today I would like to discuss a certain topic which our viewers can see on the video, and for our listeners I'm going to describe it like I'm wearing a shirt which looks like the classic 90s shirt. Maybe you've heard about the such bands as Oasis or Blur or like grunge movement in America, like the music movement over there. And my shirt today represents the British side of the music in the 90s. So, guys, I would like, this is the topic of our podcast today, the
90s.
Right. You did the math. Okay. I prepared, so I'm wearing a shirt. Do you have anything like from the 90s fashion today?
Maybe.
I would say maybe the chain. I have a chain. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But it's kind of timeless. I don't know.
In Russia in the 90s, the chains were really popular.
Okay, so I was thinking about that also,
right.
just to relate myself. Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
guys. I'm wearing the bell bottoms.
Right.
Exactly.
Also,
So
jeans. Jeans
the
were popular in Russia in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I have jeans too. Yeah.
Ayub.
The mindset, just a mindset.
Sweater. I would say that sweaters, that's the classic 90s geologists wear.
Or maybe fishermen.
Yep.
From Russia.
Fishermen, yeah, fishermen.
Yeah.
Even in Algeria, actually.
So coming back to Britpop, Blur, Oasis, and grunge. So let's discuss the 90s music. Like, for example, myself, like I was mostly a British like music lover. Like I really love the Spirit, Oasis. Well, some people may call Wonderwall, but they have some other great songs as well. Okay, so what about you?
I would say it was huge mellow month. So it was British music, rock, pop music, because it was like the era, if we talk about the 90s, of Spice Girls. And I was a huge fan of Spice Girls, like spice up your life. Right. Of course, it was Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. Yeah. It was the stuff of like half of our school back then. Yeah. To listen to. And I think Russian music influenced quite a lot rock, hip-hop, rap, so like the beginning of that. I cannot say I was just straight a rock lover. No, because it was too much of Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys stuff.
There was this division started from the 90s, like that hip-hop and rock should go separate ways.
Definitely.
Well, since I was born in the 1990s, I wasn't self-aware in that time, you can say. But the aftermath of such movements and things that happened there lasted years after that when I grew up. So I was mainly into rock music and hip-hop, old school hip-hop, Yeah, like Tupac, Biggie, you know.
You made a great point about the division, like between the hip hoppers or rappers and the metalheads. So I kind of picked the way that I wanted, and I went in the way that the metal or rock music, they were like my priorities in a way. So I also know like the Biggie, like Tupac, or like Coolio, Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
sure.
I've been a metal guy since I known myself in a way. So metal, rock music, and as you said, like the grunge in the 90s. I remember I was listening the like fundamentals of metal, like Metallica or like Iron Maiden or I don't know, Megadeth, like the peak of the 90s. But then I changed the focus to a specific genre, like a progressive metal, a progressive rock. Those were my highlights on that era.
You said that there were clashes. Like, did you take part in any clashes because of your music choices?
Of course. So hip hop culture. I remember some guys and girls, they were like dancing, wearing like loose fit clothes and everything, and we were full black and just trying to just suppress their voices by just singing or listening to music like a loud volume. And all right, we are metalheads, so we don't want you around here. So we were kind of like groupies with the metalheads and the rock heads. They were like doing
it's
their
such an
own
interesting
business.
thing to hear, because I remember my school, I remember my class, and we had a huge mixture of all the kinds of representatives of the musical genres, lovers of rock and hip hop, and so me, my friends, my mates, so we all were wearing I don't know, something like metal outfit one day, and then loose outfit the other day, and so we looked like the hip hop lovers. So in the hoodies and really loose trousers and stuff like that, and it was so much fun, like switching from one style to another style. It was the kind of the fun.
Did people adapt the music as well as the tension? I mean, when you see such groups, do they have some tension between them?
Maybe. There were the possibilities of such a thing, but I'm remembering my neighborhood and our school, it was kind.
In the neighbor school, it would be like the Spice Girls fans versus the Britney Spears fans.
Oh no, really? Because it's like all the same stuff. It's the pop music, different representatives of different kind of sides of the world. Yes, but so. Anyway, it's like the girls stuff, right? So it's like when you're like a 12-year-old girl or a 13-year-old girl, so you can listen to Britney Spears or maybe Christina Aguilera, so who has really beautiful voice. And the other time you're like role playing Spice Girls because so
I am this one, I'm this one.
So which Spice Girl were you?
The ginger spice. So I'm still ginger.
I think music and generally the trends back at that day were really inspiring the fashion of that day. I remember this is the time when I think some magazines with posters became popular, and you would see your favorite actors and music artists wearing some stuff. So what about the 90s fashion? What was so special about it?
There is something very special about it. I made a research yesterday, I remember, and about the grunge style. So it's actually an act of rebellion against other brands. It's like brandless, like there is no brand. They just want to wear like whatever they have, without any specific brand. And it was an act of rebellion, as I said, and not even like not only against the brands, but they wanted to express their freedom, that they are free, like they are outside that system, I remember that it was important for grunge movement, like if we look into a certain philosophy behind it, that your clothes should be clean, but they could be worn. Like some thrift shops, like secondhand shops, like that would be the regular place for you to buy stuff. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why these braid shirts, like with checkered pattern, like became popular, because they were kind of sturdy. And there were plenty of them in the shops, so people would buy them because like it would be a great outfit.
And they're like flannel, it's warm, it's nice, it's really pleasant to skin.
So I think there is always some, not economical, but there is always some rational point behind like why people acquire certain taste.
They are also called like trucker shirts, I guess. Most of the truckers wear that in the US.
That makes sense.
And it's cheap, convenient. Like you can wear like more than like a couple of years, so shorts.
I can imagine a truck driver wearing and a baseball cap and some leather elbows. However, I think leather elbows aren't cool, like aren't considered to be cool. Like, what? Leather patches? Come on, man.
Oh, by the way, about leather patches, I remember, so there was the time back in the 90s still, so when the leather patches on jeans, for instance, on your knees, so they were kind of popular. So whether you had your knees ripped on the jeans or not, so
exactly.
the leather patches,
Like
it
the
was
peace
like,
symbol or Rolling Stones tongue
it
or
was
whatever.
so
you can
much
just put it on your
popular.
jacket.
So I remember my grandma, so she is a really good tailor, I must say. And so she attached beautiful
Patch?
like patches like sunnies, you know.
All
So
right.
she cut beautiful leather sunnies, So
Cool.
and I was wearing not just random leather patches,
90s fashion, man.
Right.
When people speak about the good 90s fashion, the first thing that comes to mind, like in the 90s on Russian TV, there was this show, I think it was broadcasted from French television, Hélène et Garçon,
Oh my!
like
yes.
Hélène and the Guys. So
It was before Friends, so it was the sitcom before
Like
Friends,
the-
which was
the first
really
one.
popular. So and all Russians, I think, of our
and
age,
their
remember
hairstyle, like this puffy hair for
Like
the girls.
permed hair.
Yes.
And the boys had this line right in the middle of the hair, like which would go to both sides.
Oh my! And they were wearing maybe the jackets with like and broad shoulders and
That's more of the 80s, but I think it's still, it was France, so
so you can talk about it all the time, even right
European
now.
fashion.
Maybe. Yeah.
But there were plenty of jeans. Like that's the first, like denim. That's the first association I have when I think about it.
And I remember T-shirts and shirts. So just plain one-color T-shirts, and so colorful shirts.
That's about the high fashion. Speaking about the real fashion, which
street fashion.
Yeah, I had to wear in the 90s. It was mostly my older brother's clothes. So it was like mostly baggy clothes. Also, you could call me like I was wearing grunge style because it was always a second hand.
That's a lifestyle,
shirt,
all right.
a second hand pair of jeans, second hand pair of boots. That was about me. But that was 90s in Russia back at that time. Like I think if your family had more than one child, that was like tough time for because 90s in Russia, that became kind of like a household name. Like I mean, the word 90s became a household name for the tough times, right?
So you had to be grunge. You had no choice.
You had no choice.
You had no choice.
Yeah, you were dreaming about Britpop, but actually you were grunge. Right.
You know, one thing I definitely remember about the 90s, late 90s, like 97, 98. So the platforms. The platforms were so much popular. The shoes.
And the platform shoes. Oh my.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
My goodness. So I don't know how we didn't broke our legs.
Gene Simmons everywhere.
Right. So high heels with platforms. Nowadays it goes nothing.
What about that Converse? It's called Converse, like
the sneakers.
Chuck Taylors.
So was it popular in that time? Or before
Dr. Martens, I think.
Yeah.
They're also kind of timeless, you know, so.
Yeah, but it was the time when all the Western brands, like, they just flooded the Russian market. And after the collapse and shortly before the collapse of Soviet Union, all of these brands were allowed in Russia. So the Converse and all of these words, like you name it, like Levi's, right?
Nike,
or Nikes,
Adidas,
Reeboks, and the backpack, something like his pack, or even the gum, like D-Roll, Steamerol, Orbit, like
Big
all of this, like it became popular in Russia, and it was cool and trendy among kids in Russia.
Speaking of inventions, so what were the most popular inventions during that time?
Pagers.
Oh,
Pagers.
Pepsi, pager, MTV.
Or mobile phones like brick
Yeah, the big
like this Nokia's or Motorola's.
The first time I saw one in the street, like there was some kind of a like classic Russian businessman. So we called them like new Russians. You know, the jacket,
tie and shirt and everything.
Maybe, but it wasn't the case. Like new Russians were actually kind of like bandits who would become rich quickly.
Okay.
So mostly these were the people who had money. But not necessarily. Like, I mean, these were wild times. So maybe you were an honest man just in a difficult position. So nevertheless, so I saw this brick like in somebody's
inner pocket
hand.
of the jacket and just
No,
like that,
not the jacket. So there was a special case with the documents. So which
the
was
manual, the user's manual,
Right.
So and the phone
and the batteries in the
and the
case.
batteries,
Carrying
external
the batteries around.
Right.
Yeah. But no, I was so surprised because it was still the 90s, and I was a little kid back in Novokuznetsk, and I was thinking that Novokuznetsk was the backwaters of everything, like it was the God-forgotten place. And I saw a mobile phone, which I previously had seen only in the TV, and I was like,
oh, look at
I'm
that!
closer to the civilization than I ever thought.
It's happening,
Right? It's around me.
So the
and
future
fax
has
machines. You remember fax machines?
Yes,
Oh
of
my!
course.
When I was a kid, I could just watch them for hours.
Drooling. Yeah.
I remember in
I feel
our
you.
neighborhood, like they had some talkie-walkies actually before that.
Talkie-walkie.
And they have to charge it maybe. My father actually had a Motorola, but not talkie-walkie. It was a phone, very big phone. I think it was the first Motorola ever. And he used to put it to charge maybe for more than 9 hours, something like this,
9
the whole
hours?
night. Yeah,
Wow.
to charge. Yeah,
like the whole night, right?
Yeah.
the whole night, like big charger. You put it there, and it was
So,
like
and
really
don't forget
funny.
the batteries,
Like a
right?
transmitter.
Yeah. It was really weird. And when we think about that development, how things changed, now I think about that period of time as a dream. It's like we were living in a total different life, you know? And since the developments happened so fast, all right, it's like we are living in a total different world right now.
Yes.
Total.
Yes.
Think about an era. TV was the best thing. Now
Yeah.
think about how many of us watched TV literally.
Oh.
We were waiting for it
Yeah.
to start the whole day. Actually, in Algeria, it was like we were waiting for our cartoons so badly, okay? And the
cartoon
TV
hour.
starts at 5 o'clock. That's it.
We had the TV programs,
Yeah.
and we marked every show we are
Circled,
going to watch.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, so different
Exactly.
color, color coding for mom, for dad,
Right.
for grandma, for
Oh,
us.
that's
Yeah.
smart. We didn't. do
Yeah.
Classification.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. And so it was like, okay, we didn't have to run our Google Calendar to remember all the stuff, because we knew so that on Saturday at 5 there's going to be an interesting film to watch. So the whole family was prepared to do that. Yeah.
That was kind of like that brought the family together actually sometimes.
Of
some
course,
good
of course,
movies.
yeah, of course.
But also speaking about the cartoons, the Sunday cartoons, we always had this at noon on Sunday. There was always this Disney cartoons going one after another for about an hour, and it was called the Disney Club.
Disney Club.
And there was this melody like like in the beginning, in the intro. And in the intro, there were scenes from the Disneyland or Disney World. Like they were just edited like to show one after another to show like what is the Disney World for the kids around the world. Like, and we were like, yeah. And
a different planet.
but for some people, it looked like in a very different light, because recently I discovered the video and it was voiced over it dubbed like in Russian, and the guy is singing something like, "You won't be able to get anywhere because you're just a post-Soviet kid. No, you will stay here forever. Like, live with what you've got."
Right, just you have this broadcast, just watch it, all right? Don't dream high, all right? Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Have you had the similar thing back in Turkey too? So we had the morning cartoon time, like Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny, the Tasmanian Devil and everything. And then we had like a Tom and Jerry show. So we were like watching it, oh my God, Tom is going to lose again. Yeah. So, my God, look
They
at
keep
that.
repeating themselves. And, But we never get tired of them. We never get tired of them.
Oh, look at that little rat. Oh, he won again. Come on.
Yeah, and you would speak to the TV.
Yeah, we were picking sides, right? Yeah. Tom, come on, man. You could do that.
There were so many, like Roadrunners.
Roadrunner, the Coyote, Wiley.
Yes. Right. Poor Coyote.
Daffy Duck.
So I remember it was the Woody Woodpecker and then Chili Willy. Yeah, so about the penguin.
The penguin.
Chili Willy. About the penguin.
I don't recall that.
There was a penguin, so it's like Jerry, and there was a bear, I guess, so it's like Tom. Yeah.
This was Russian?
I remember Bamsi.
No, it was...
What is that?
Bamsi. The Swedish or Norwegian bear. Like,
it's a
comic book. Okay,
right.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was it from Warner Brothers or was it from Warner Brothers?
I'm not sure, Warner Brothers or it was it was maybe the same guys who produced Woody Woodpecker and stuff. So
Hanna-Barbera? No.
Montana?
Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera, yeah.
Hanna-Barbera,
Like
yes.
Yogi Bear and I remember. Love Olympics. All right, yeah. I remember that one.
Lots of them.
But there was this Swedish comic book, Bamse.
Bamse.
B-A-M-S-E. Bamse. So it was about his family and his friends. He was the strong bear. I think there was some kind of a potion. His grandma was cooking some kind of potion, and he would drink it and become super strong to help his friends and family. And it was just a nice story about family of bears living in somewhere around the snow.
Cool.
You remind me of Popeye.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yes, who adds spinach?
Pluto, olive oil. Oh my God, man. We are so old. Are we? A little bit.
Spinach.
And you know what's special about that cartoon? He was always smoking. And
those were the times, my man.
Come on, pick one side, kids, or a spinach or the cigarettes. Or both.
No, but it showcases something. I mean, it showcases something because now they don't put such things with cartoons. They don't mix them with cartoons. Like it's for kids, So when the kids see it, it's not appropriate. But in that time, it was normal.
Yeah, but everybody smoked back then. Like, I mean...
Yeah, I started smoking at 3. Yeah, so that's why. No.
And my grandfather. So I think our house was always full of tobacco smoke. I just... smell and smoke itself.
And smoke.
Like, I mean, like, it was some kind of, like, routine for me.
Yeah.
I never knew it was wrong. Like, everybody smoked.
It was later on.
It was the part of the culture, I think. Yes, so almost all over the world. So you could easily smoke in cafes and restaurants, even if there were some families with kids nearby.
And as you said, most of the time in your living room, you see someone holding a cigarette and a glass of something and just roaming around, and it was kind of like a routine, smoking and just drinking something. So that was kind of normal.
So that's why there was a reflection of that in the culture, like movies, cartoons, and stuff like that. Yeah?
Let's discuss, are we on the same wavelength? So, do you have any comfort movie from the 90s? I'll explain what I mean, because I definitely have one. It's the Police Story by and with Jackie Chan.
Super Cop.
No, The Police Story.
The Police Story, okay.
Yeah, the first one. No,
Police
Story.
It was before.
It's called The Police Story?
Fourth time, please just repeat it again for the fourth time, for God's sake. Oh, thank you.
I remember I was about 4 or 5, by the way, and my parents had to go somewhere, so they dropped me at my neighbor, lady, and she had a VHS player, and she popped in the VHS cassette, the VHS tape, and I didn't know about this movie. I hadn't known before about this movie back then, but I was like, oh, cool movie. And I was only 4 or 5, and I really enjoyed it. So nowadays, it's my comfort movie. By the way, it was super regular back at the time to be neighborly with people who lived right next to you, and like you could easily drop your kid next to your neighbor, so they would look after him.
Or you can spend the whole day there while your parents were away, or they were at the office.
We lived in a regular block of flats, and they used to know at least half of the nearest entrances people from the flats there. Yeah, so
I spoke to my students about this recently. We had a topic, like a similar topic like this, actually with my speaking club. Yeah. So things changed now. Like everybody is isolated, even though we are all together, but isolated.
I think people had to stay closer to survive. Kind of like that was the different time.
Maybe it's about safety. Yeah, as far as I remember, my mom and my grandma, used to tell me stories about how they lived in that time. I was a child in that time, but I still remember some glimpse. So basically, you can leave the door of your house open. Nobody will enter. Nobody will touch it.
Right now.
Of course,
That's not about the Russia in the 90s. We had iron bars on windows. That was like we still do. And I remember I was also like about 5 years old, and that was the time when we installed them for the first time, and I was so excited. Woohoo! We're going to have iron bars on windows.
For us, it came after. Maybe after like 2005, something like this. People started putting such things because some crimes started emerging.
So I guess 90s were tough, not only for Russia.
It was actually in my country. It was super tough. It was super tough. We call it the dark era. Okay, so or the dark decade, you can say the dark decade, because we had some stuff related to terrorism and
90s. It was kind of similar to Turkey.
It was and the people who were victims were the people. They just had some like politic stuff. Okay, they created this horrible thing, and but on the same in the same time, we had some kind of peace, peaceful time in some neighborhoods. So this wasn't everywhere, but in peaceful neighborhoods, it gave you that safety feeling. You can leave your doors, you can do whatever you want.
I think the same it was here, some terrorism stuff and terroristic attacks, so which happened in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It was kind of common thing
around
that
the world.
happened during that decade.
All over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So
that was planned.
Sort of. Yeah. But coming back to the comfort movie, Terminator 2.
Judgment Day, that would be in
just
top 3.
I think every piece of this movie is adorable. The first beautiful computer effects, the special effects, the adorable acting. I think it is adorable acting by all the guys in the movie. So it's just
Arnold. Got a chopper.
And what about Patrick? Who's Patrick?
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
I was
talking
about him. I mean, his face and the stories about his precision, how he was preparing for the role. Like he would run, how he would chase the motorcycle.
And there is one more film with him, The Faculty.
The Faculty is in 1999
so many times.
Josh Hartnett.
Right.
What was
Elijah
the name of the guy?
Elijah Wood.
Elijah. So
it was the Robert Rodriguez movie, by the way. Yeah.
Well, iconic.
Nice choice.
Iconic.
For me, it's the 13th floor. It was about the simulation theory. And I like it because in that time there was an emergence in technology. So it started emerging more in that time. All right, this computer sciences and stuff. And they came up with some theories like simulation, and they put it in a movie. And it was like really interesting, the acting, everything.
Right.
So they portrayed a life of a man, who was a programmer working for an IT company.
On the 13th floor.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
So the 13th floor, it was about actually the 13th dimension, but yeah, he was actually in 13th floor, I guess.
Okay.
So there is one more. It's again 1999. So it's a rich year, I believe. It's
90s.
Yes, The Mummy.
Oh, The Mummy, I like it.
Yeah,
The Mummy.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz.
Yes. And so
and some other guys.
And
really
Billy
Crystal.
Oh, come on. Yeah, Harry already met Sally, man. No. Billy Zane. Billy Zane, the bald guy.
No, that wasn't Billy Zane. Billy Zane was busy in the Titanic.
Billy Zane was the Mummy.
No, he wasn't. There was some other actor. I promise.
We will check after the lesson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not lesson. We are not teaching. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. All right.
Wait.
Wind it back. Sorry. After the podcast.
Am I not going to be paid for it?
I just thought that we were.
So you are
I'm sorry,
speaking-
guys. I'm sorry.
You are speaking about the actress
Billy Zane, I guess.
who
No.
was
Yeah.
the
Billy Zane
wife
wasn't
of-
bald back at that time. a bit later.
I'm pretty sure Billy Zane was the mummy.
No.
All right. We
let's-
will check
let's-
after
yeah.
the lesson.
Actually, he was.
The
He was
podcast.
the one who was acting in the Titanic. Yes.
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 The jerk.
The bad guy. Yeah.
So I think it's him.
No.
We will
Okay,
check.
let's
All right.
Let's
All right,
vote
let's-
and then check.
All right.
They look
Text-
the same.
Write in the comments.
All
What do you
right.
think?
Please
Was it Billy
write in the
Zane or
comments.
wasn't it
Comments.
Billy Zane?
Yeah.
The Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Right.
We will
By
check.
the way,
But
so
he was
we
in
have
the
just
Titanic.
mentioned Titanic,
Titanic.
Yeah.
Celine Dion, Titanic, yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
right.
these Leo
Hype.
adoring
These
era.
all the cool kids had to had these T-shirts, like
T-shirts,
big oversized T-shirts with
Yeah.
And West and
with stretched Leo's face in the middle, like, and him and Kate Winslet standing.
No. I was a cooler. I had a fitted T-shirt. So which
okay.
wasn't stretched.
Okay.
So you didn't have older brothers or sisters.
No, I was the oldest.
That explains. So yeah,
Yeah.
oldest they always carry you, but then the rest. So, or what about your movies?
The comfort movies, I have literally a list of many, but I can talk about like the mainstream, like the Judgment Day or like Jurassic Park or like
Yes.
Police Academy or whatever. But I could say like a Goodfellas. That like as wise guys like Mafia. Okay. all right.
What else do you expect from Tony Soprano to hear?
All right. So what are we gonna talk? All right. So the Goodfellas, the Reservoir Dogs from Tarantino, and Seven from David Fincher. I would just count 3 of them as my comfort.
But also, the 90s was the period when you could experience Indiana Jones adventures and, like, I don't know, James Bond adventures, Star Wars adventures, not only through the broadcasting, but with a little device, if you're lucky, like if your family
Dandy.
was lucky. Yeah, and
DVD,
video games.
VCD.
Video
Video games, of
yeah.
course.
Sega, Dandy.
Sega.
Yeah. First.
Nintendo.
For Russia, it was the primary system was NES, like Nintendo Entertainment System, but it was the cloned by some Russian businessman and it was sold under the brand Dendy.
Dendy.
So, yeah, we still call it Dendy. But it was technically NES.
They are still being sold in
Yes,
some
yes,
shops here. I
yes.
saw them.
That was
New
the
ones
most,
actually.
the most affordable one, and that was the way I experienced video games first with it. Like I think my very first video game was RoboCop on NES.
Oh, that was another. I remember that one.
Was-
The movie, the RoboCop. Yeah, it's kind of a rival to Terminator. Yeah.
But it would be to overstate that I experienced the games because I had like 2 older brothers and only 2 joysticks and even maybe 1 joystick or something, like the controller, we call them joysticks. I was 4 years old or 3 years old. I didn't understand anything, like what was happening around me, but I wanted to play. So they would just give me an unplugged controller.
So cruel, man.
And I was like,
That's
yeah,
cruel.
look at me, I'm playing. And I had so much fun. Look, I jumped.
Oh my!
Well, I didn't.
You know
so
what?
cruel.
I did this actually to my little brother.
Why, man?
Older brothers always do this.
Like there is like an important mission there,
Right.
and he just wants to play. Okay, I unplugged the second controller. I gave it to him. Okay, take it, and good, you are doing good.
Right?
But nothing is happening actually.
I'm sorry for your brother.
But
I'm
no, I
sorry
had
for you.
great time.
Sorry for you.
Like, don't be sorry for me because I had a great time.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. If you say so, all right. But yeah, it was
That's the point.
that was cheating.
That
That's the point.
that illusion made him happy, so it's enough.
Right. So yeah, that was the era when video games. I think it wasn't the first stage of video games. Video games had already survived a crisis, like the industry, but it was the time when they again started to rise.
Yeah.
Right. So what about you? Like, did you play any? What was
Of
your
course,
experience?
yeah. I had
Yeah.
many like game consoles, like
PS1. But it was
Nintendo
around, like,
64,
64, like
Nintendo
Commodore.
Saga. Sega?
Exactly.
Sega.
Mega
Sega,
Drive,
yeah, not Sega. Sega, Atari, NES.
Atari, man, yeah.
Yeah,
And what about
NES.
what about the arcades? Have you ever been to arcades?
Yeah.
Yes,
we
yes,
had-
yes,
Street
yes.
Fighters and Contra, Cadillac
Dreamcast.
Dinosaurs,
But it was too expensive, so maybe only like once or twice.
the tokens and
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
we played Super Contra on the console.
console, Super
Console,
Contra,
yeah.
Cadillac
Contra.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Half of
Yes.
your class, like about 5 or 6 people, would get together to play
Right.
video games.
Uh-huh.
Of
I
course,
remember
like
there
only
was-
1 or 2 were playing.
There was one called Dreamcast.
Dreamcast is
Yeah,
Sega.
Sega Dreamcast.
It was Sega, yeah. Like you stand, you put the money there, and you start playing.
No, it was a console.
No,
As
no,
far as I remember.
the one.
The Dreamcast was the console, yeah, but the Sega, they were popular for their arcades.
Arcade,
Like,
yeah,
So
arcade, yeah.
Okay, so we had such places, all right, where you go
Yeah.
and pay money to play games.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to stand, and there are like 4 buttons from here and joystick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For example, I was playing Tekken,
Mhm.
Tekken 2,
Tekken,
and yeah. So it was called in that time. I remember Dreamcast. The owner of the like the place was calling it like a Dreamcast. So was it a Sega or Dreamcast?
It's really
As far as I
Sega
remember, Tekken
Dreamcast.
is
Sega Dreamcast was a
like a
console.
Japanese one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Tekken is a
Dreamcast
Japanese.
was a console, like PlayStation or like, so it was just the name of the console. It could, but I think
model
Tekken,
was
Tekken
Dreamcast,
was
Maybe
published
maybe
by
the model.
Sega or something.
Guys, tell me please, tell me if I'm right. So Mortal Kombat, the film.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
the
the
first
first
one.
one.
Yeah, yeah, the first one.
1995,
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
1998.
Mortal
right?
Kombat.
Your soul is mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that
you know,
was
after the
beautiful.
movie, you see all the boys fighting
Try
with each
to
other.
imitate the moves of
Yeah,
Scorpio. I'm Scorpio. I'm Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
right.
in kindergarten, like there would be so
Yeah.
many fights to be. So who would be the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Raiden.
I was always into these ninja guys. Like I mean, the blue ones and the green ones. I mean, I know their name. They're Sub-Zero and the Scorpions. But
And the
I mean,
Reptile is a green one,
Reptile.
yeah.
Yeah. There is also
Sub-Zero.
No, the other one. Like I mean, the black one. Never mind. Okay, it's
Okay.
been a while. So I was always into these ninja
The
guys.
ninja guys.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
Like they look the coolest.
I like Raiden. With
Yeah.
like non-lad Vietnamese hat
Like,
and everything.
like Raiden, the Highlander.
The Highlander, like Christopher Lambert.
Christopher Lambert,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another one. Yeah, another one from 90s.
I really like the way he portrayed the character. Like, like that's,
I don't
that was
give
his
a heck.
style. Yeah.
Right.
But no, his contract was over.
Mhm.
He enjoyed the process so much that he stayed with the crew until the very end. He supported them, and by the end of the shooting process, he rented the restaurant to congratulate everyone.
Oh my.
So he kind of
Nice
like,
of him.
I would say, he with his soul and with his support, he produced the movie in a way.
I feel like we had better quality of production in games, in movies, in cartoons, in music in the past, more than now. It was a better quality.
No,
It's not about nostalgia, believe me. There were some like, okay, let's speak about hip hop,
Okay.
for example. Okay, hip hop
yeah.
during that time, there were
No idea. Sorry.
Okay,
All right, I'm listening. Just inform me, please.
all right. So most of the songs, for example, that were sung during that time, the 90s, they were portraying some issues in society, you know, dealing with some problems.
And the social issues, you
Speaking
mean.
about even speaking about love and other stuff. Okay, some people spoke about money, but it was like very, very rare. If you see the hip hop right now, you can see it. I don't even need to describe it. So you see the quality, it's totally different.
Yeah.
The language used, you know,
In a way, well,
everything.
I agree with you in a way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I
Speaking of
mean-
hip hop,
Probably,
for sure.
Yeah.
100% or
So
you're right.
just remembering Eminem, for instance, yes. So
Yes.
he was on top in the 90s as well, right? So
Eminem.
and
Yeah, Eminem.
And he's still on top. Like, I
and-
mean,
I mean,
that's Eminem.
so if we talk about the 90s, yes, so
Right.
he's still on top,
Miami.
and he still holds, yes, so this niche, right? Because the same, the language used.
Yeah, the quality, the message.
quality, the message, right? Yes, so everything is really
talent.
important at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically in the
okay.
past they were singing and acting to send messages. Nowadays they sing because they want to sing.
Yeah.
That's it.
As I
That's
walk
mine.
through the valley of the river of death.
It's a coolie of a gangster's
Yeah,
paradise.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's one of most popular ones. And maybe the couple of.
But I mean, there was the message, like it was anti-gangster song.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Like despite its ambience, it still was an anti-criminal song.
Yeah. Even video games, we were playing. For me, since I started playing video games when I was a kid, I understand that games are for challenging your brain, okay, and for having fun, like just having fun and stuff. But nowadays, I played some video games, but they are not actually as challenging as in the past. They look very similar to each other. There is no uniqueness between them. For example, I played Tomb Raider when I was a kid. It was like really, I had to dream about the solution in my dream to find the solution. But nowadays it's easy, just like go, yeah. It really happened. Like I was stuck in a very hard level. And I couldn't find a solution. I went to sleep. I dreamt about the solution. Then
It happened to me the same. Right.
Gamers.
In general, the 90s, was it a tough period, or was it a fun period? Was it the period which was able to bring good people into this world? Like, who do you think you are? Were people who were shaped up by the 90s? And do you consider yourself good people?
I guess we are.
I think it was challenging,
but it was also idyllic, so you were enjoying yourself with your friends, your time, think about the summer breaks, never ending summer breaks. You had a 3 months of nothingness and you were happy.
And people who got used to it now work as teachers to get some kind of
So but think about yourself as a student, and you were playing with your friends outside, playing football or do some silly things. Even
reading
you can
comic books.
And you can basically sit all day in front of the TV and watch MTV and Beavis and Butthead or Cribs or Celebrity Deathmatch. I don't know. I guess we are kind of naive. I don't know. Yeah. That's my opinion. I don't know.
It was a huge problem to come back home, actually, because no one wanted that. Yes?
Yeah. And moms were shouting, "All right, it's time to come back home."
It was 8 or 9 in the evening, and so you could hear the voices, the loud, which were louder and louder.
No mobile phones, no nothing. It was one step further to a smoked communication.
One step closer to nature.
They were yelling, "All right, it's time."
The family was more connected also to each other. I mean,
right. That was good stuff. The bad stuff, we have already mentioned the lack of money sometimes, lack of safety sometimes,
or political turmoil. We can say,
of course. Lots of stuff happening with the economic part and political part
in
of
Russia.
The world, of the Russians.
It was the opposite
Russia, global economics, global politics.
In Algeria, it was the opposite. You can afford for anything basically in that time. But later, after changing the system into capitalism, so everything changed in Algeria. The economy dropped down and
for the better.
For the worse. Communism in Algeria played a better role than capitalism in that from the 70s to the 90s. I mean, it changed in the 80s. It became capitalism, but we still had some shades of communism, still practicing. It wasn't like a total confirmation, but later the economy got messed up.
90s, a whole decade was kind of, I don't know, was an extended period of the post-Cold War era in shadows, so everyone was trying to be a positive, but behind closed doors, people were trying to
forget Ceausescu.
They're trying to shape the world on their own ways in a way, and it created a conflict a lot in terms of the politics, but and we survived. That's the best thing,
Yes.
We've seen a lot.
An idea pops up to my head right now. It's about, I know that we cannot do it, but what if we create an environment, not we, but people, whoever is listening. So we create an environment to make the new generation experience that life, the same life, clothes and stuff. yeah, it's gonna be good.
But I think, in a way, children are brought up like through the reflection of what their parents had. So, anyways, like if parents had some memorable things from the childhood, like the communication with friends or spending time outside, they would encourage their kids to do the same. I think if they care about their kids, sure.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That's the point. Yeah.
Actually, because sometimes you witness the opposite thing when the parents, so they sort of care of their children, but the children seem to be some sort of the obstacle for them to live their best life or whatever. So, and the children are given the gadgets and so left with them. So, and where is the feeling of the community, the feeling of
in the internet,
sort of, right?
Social life
and
social media.
What else is in the internet? Our podcast.
Yeah,
people.
Please just.
To our viewers and listeners, I would like to ask you, what were the 90s for you? Like, how do you remember that time? Any associations, and how do you reflect back on that time? And I would like to thank you, each one of you, and to thank our viewers and listeners.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and I would like to ask you, like, is there anything you would like to say in the end?
Yeah, I want to add a question to the new generation who didn't experience that period of time. What do you think of it also?
Yeah, that's a good question.
From what you have heard, or from what you have heard from us or from your parents, so what do you think of that period?
A different perspective.
Yeah, let's meet in the comments. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening and watching.
Yeah,
thank you.
And that was a great topic.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about our school or about our podcast, and you too, please join our Big Apple School website. Please check our other podcasts, and thank you for listening, and goodbye.
All right, cheerio.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Were you at university?
In 2002-2006.
At university?
Yeah.
Do the math. Quick.
In Russia, we go to university after we finish the kindergarten.
Oh, come on.